Welcome back, y'all, to That's What I'm Saying, the podcast about hip hop, dating, sex, entertainment, relationships, and social issues from a sometimes ratchet, because you know how me and my sister do, but mostly woke perspective. So listen and subscribe to That's What I'm Saying. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Pretty much wherever you listen to your podcast, you can listen to us. Also, watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show, weekdays on Island TV, or just download the Island TV app. Follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara.
Hey, my sister, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing really good. Where you at?
I'm here. I'm downstairs. I'm here. I'm
downstairs.
I'm downstairs for the cookies and shit.
I wish we could be in the same, but we'll figure it out. It's gonna be.
This is good. We surprised everybody. We're doing something a little different.
We're gonna figure out. All right, so we got to get right into this ratchet minute.
What are we calling the show? We had it.
I don't know. What are we calling it?
We're calling the show I Don't Want to Share My Man No More.
Well, who's saying that? That's Young Miami saying that.
Young Miami. Young
Miami. Supposedly, she tweeted a tweet. What do you call it? Do you tweet a tweet?
Tweeted.
Anyway, she's on the Twitters. You know how a certain age you say you're on the Twitters. She was on the Twitters saying that she's done sharing her men. So after the Rolling Loud, her performance in Miami, she tweeted and she said she wanted her man. So everybody's thinking, oh, she's talking about Diddy. She said, it's been a long week. I just want my man. I'm not sharing my next nigga. I'm tipsy. I gotta go. So she says. So, so here's the confusing part. She goes, I don't want to get married. So this is a quote, direct quote. She says, no, I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married because I feel like men are not faithful. And if I get married, that means I'm giving my life away to you. So that means I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Okay. So remember back, her and Diddy said that they was in, her and the old man. Her old man said that they was in an open relationship. That's what she said. She said, we dating, but we single, but we dating. She said, people don't know what dating means. He's single, I'm single, but we're dating. That's what I mean when I say we go together. When we together, we together. We're having the time of our lives, but we're still single. He see other people outside of me, and I see people outside of him. I'm young, I'm dating. I'm, having fun. I'm doing me. He's doing the same thing. I can't speak for exactly what he doing or who he's seeing, but we single and we dating.
Well, I know what we can speak to, that new baby he got. So I don't know what she's talking about. I can't speak for what he's doing. He showed you what he's doing. He came with that cute little baby that came in October. That's what he's been doing. Fax is the baby's new name. What's that baby's name? Fax.
Receipts. The baby's name is Receipts.
What's her middle name? Fax Receipts. Want to hold fax receipts? There's go Northwest over there. Northwest, come hold fax receipts.
Oh my goodness. So
yeah.
I don't know. What do you just he's please.
His name is not P. Diddy. It's is what I want to call him. Pop. he's Pop. He's Pop Daddy.
On the one hand, I'm really feeling what she's saying. I mean, she's young, as she's saying she's young. She's probably having the time of her life.
Good.
But I'm sensing a little insecurity in her little quotes there.
Yeah, because the one person who's not talking is Receipts and Facts mom. She hasn't had anything to say.
We haven't heard.
She said nothing but pictures of the baby. Like, I'm gonna show you who's really getting the receipts, and she's
not the thing. Not a word.
No, for real though. Caresha, would you say Caresha, please? She just sounds young. She sounds like she's having the time of her life. She don't really sound like she got a grip. Like, as it sounds like, I have this dude in my life and I have no control. That's how it sounds.
Like she catching feelings for the old man. You catch feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. Cat Diddy.
Isn't that what they said?
Cat Diddy is Cat Diddy, not Cat Daddy.
He's not a cat daddy to me though. Do you think so?
No, I think he's a pop. No, for real. That dude got kids. But no, he's probably a good time. The one thing I can say about Puffy, it looks like he's probably a really good time. He parties, likes to go out, he's spontaneous, he's a good time. So I can see how he probably has her all wrapped up. But he has her in such a pimp space. I'm gonna call it a pimp space to be listen here, baby. This is what I do. And it's gonna be me and you. We always gonna be together forever, baby. And I love you, baby. But let me tell you something. Don't be checking for me. And what I'm doing, and don't ask me no questions, I ask no questions. Just be at Revolt on time. Be at your show, Caresha. You get me, baby? And she was like in a trance, like, okay. Like the drool, okay. And it just sounded like she's a little bit caught up.
Yeah.
That's
I
all it
definitely.
is.
Yeah. Oh, she'll
Is
learn.
that
You're gonna learn today, Carisha. Please,
you gonna
Carisha.
learn today, Carisha? So yeah, let
Mm,
it go. Just if you're really open and you're dating, then just that.
mm.
But I would tell, like I said before, tell Puffy, keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah. Doing way too much talking, way too much going on. Okay. Anyway, what's next?
Mhm. Cher and Alexander A.E. Edwards are on the red carpet at the Versace show. He's 36 years old. Now, this is the baby daddy and ex boyfriend of, what is her name? With the
Here we
blonde,
go with
short
the
hair.
names. Amber Rose.
Amber Rose. Okay, Amber Rose, who also has a child with Wiz Khalifa.
Remember we was calling him Wiz Kid? I was like, who is
What?
Wiz Khalifa?
I said,
Okay.
what? I said the one
Yes.
that won the science contest, Wiz Kid. Oh no.
With the spelling bee? No, it's the
Sid
black
the
and yellow.
Science Kid. I'm looking for my friends. I said the Science Kid. No. For this one, so okay, so Cher, who is in her 70s, so there is
I think Cher's
a
76 years old.
Cher 76, he's 36, and
Mm-hmm.
they're out and they're having so there's a 40-year age gap between these two. And they're having a good time. And the way she was so basically, obviously, people are getting on them being in love because it looks cray, of course, but whatever. Now Cher's looking good for 70 something. Like we just gave our mother props. Like my mom is looking good. Women are aging gracefully. Cher, you look damn good. But on the carpet, I laughed because Cher did one of her.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you better go ahead, Cher.
I love Cher. First of all, Cher's my birthday twin. Her birthday's May 20th. So me, Cher, and Busta Rhymes have
Have
that
the
in
same birthday.
common.
Me and Tracy Ellis Ross are birthday twins, and
You
that's
don't
it.
like to claim the other one. Gabrielle
And
Union.
also, and Gabrielle Union, she's a birthday twin too. Yes, this is true. See, claimed it.
Okay. All right.
Boom, boom,
Yes,
claimed it. I'm
I
claiming
like
her.
Cher, and you know what? I don't feel like she needs to defend this to anybody. She can be dating her grandson's kids if that's what she wants to do.
Well,
He's grown.
that's what she's
That's
doing.
exactly what she's doing.
Her response on, I guess to the Twitters, she said in quotes, "Love doesn't know math. It sees and it's hearts," was the emoji she put up.
It sees your
So
heart.
I said,
Okay.
"Wow, that's true. Love doesn't know math, ma'am."
You notice what's his name? What is his name? AE?
His
What is
name
it?
is Alexander Edwards. He goes by
Oh,
AE.
AE. So he's a rapper. So I
He
mean, they about to do a song. He about to replace Sonny. They're about to do a whole Babe I Got You. I
he's a
got you,
music
babe.
executive. I don't know. I don't He's a music exec, so I don't know.
No,
I
I
know he's in
think
the
he's a
music
rapper. I
industry.
don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know if he's rapping. I don't know. He might be making beats, but whatever the case may be, he has a name. He's out there. He's with Cher,
Yeah,
and like I
this
said,
is a life level up for him.
mom and dad, I'm bringing Cher home for breakfast. They're like, what? They're bringing out the vinyls. They're like, bring her over. We can't wait to meet Cher. Like,
It's a good
she.
one. It's a level up. That's a life level up
If
for
you're
you.
gonna be with an OG, make sure it's not Chris Kardashian. Make sure that it's Cher. If you're gonna be with an OG, make sure it's Cher. I mean, and Cher looks like she's so flexible. She has some good agility going on.
You
So,
know he better know over.
I
Damn.
got you, babe. And she's probably
Remember I
doesn't.
asked you, I was like, does Cher wear a wig? Is that a wig? I couldn't
That's a lace
tell. But
front.
then you showed a picture like, yeah, it's
You saw that nice little lace front.
yeah, it
It's
looks great though. Nice
She
and
looks
full.
good. She looks
Mm-hmm.
good. But yeah, she's probably having the best time of her life.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know when to hold them.
That's Kenny Rogers.
Cher, Cher
Oh,
said, I know, but that she got no one to hold them. Cher said, I got you, babe. And
I
he was
love it.
like, he said, I'm gonna make a song out of that again.
Mhm. Okay. All right. I love it
Yeah.
for her.
Really quick, did you hear about the former BT CEO, Deborah Lee, as polite as she is? She's talking about her affair with the founder of BT, Bob Johnson.
Yeah,
And
she was
she's
another
like,
one getting bent over backwards.
yeah. Wait. So she came out in her book on Good Morning America with Robin, and she's talking about this whole thing, and I guess basically it was kind of held over her head their relationship, but she was married, he was married, and they had a thing going on. So In quote, she says, I wanted to tell that story because power dynamics are so important in a relationship, especially if you're having a relationship with someone you work for. We all know the potential pitfall. She said, I worked for Bob Johnson for 10 years before we had a personal relationship.
Mm,
It was romantic. He was a mentor and he pushed me and he was responsible for a lot of my success. So, hey, if you want to bring the Me Too movement in this and say, was it harassment? My whole thing is if you're working somewhere, you might as well be getting up the ladder, especially if you're giving up some WAP. Don't be in one place and be stagnant after X amount of years and you effing the boss.
mm, mm. Um, okay.
Isn't that terrible?
Just
That's just terrible. But
what?
50 Cent said, 50 Cent goes, Deborah Lee got that WAP. So I thought, is she gonna be mad about that? Like he's giving you props. He's
No, it's
telling you
actually
you
his
had it.
props. It's giving, yeah, like,
He's giving
I
you
mean,
props.
she did something right.
You
Deborah
got.
Lee.
I mean, she's an attorney, so clearly, she moved up. She's no dummy. But you were married, he was married, and now you're telling it. I would have never known this. Like, I kind of feel like, why are you telling me this? Like, I would have never known.
But a lot of people in this like age bracket, they start, they start talking, they start telling stuff. Like Smokey Robinson talking about he was smoking crack and
Yeah, you
sniffing
telling me.
cocaine and doing all kinds of, they telling everything. Barry was it Barry Gordy? Was it Barry Gordy? One of them.
Uh
They
huh.
telling now. They telling.
He was one of the first artists with Barry Gordy, so maybe
I
if you're
like
talking
it.
about Smokey Robinson.
I like it. Okay, so moving
Wow.
on, we
Mhm.
have you heard this? Okay, so I know you heard because we didn't talk about it, but this Goblin mode. So on the internet, internet's is undefeated. So there's this new term of embracing what's called the Goblin mode. So it's the exact opposite of like, the perfectly done hair and going out on dates, and it is embracing this whole kind of idea of like letting people see you in your Goblin mode, in your whole like and obviously it came out of the pandemic, and those days when people we not outside, we inside, and we looking like it too,
We look like
and you looking like it, so it's the idea like, you can kind of switch off that whole putting it on and just like live like a real life goblin, because what they say, the quote is like, a goblin doesn't care what it looked like, it's a whole aesthetic with it. But I was saying,
hmm
I, in my own personal life, I really embraced that goblin mode. I mean, there would have been time I would have never been caught here with no lashes and no makeup, and
Okay.
clearly in my house with my robe on and no bra, and for the internets. And I really just, I don't
Okay.
really care.
You don't care. So it's
No.
that's the whole point, is to not care. It's like women wearing no makeup, women wearing mismatched sweatsuits, speaking all confessional and making weird snacks and smoking your weed and just things that you would basically be in your own head about. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's
like
a who
who, it's
cares
really
mode.
like who cares. So, thankful, that's one thing that came out of the pandemic was, I mean, you call it what you want. I don't know. I was on goblin mode, I guess, before it was goblin mode. I mean, there are times I was joking, I was saying, there's two places that I go to a lot where they probably don't even know what I look like. Like I can literally probably go in there and stick them up, and if I'm dressed, they wouldn't know. Is the yoga joint where I go for yoga,
hmm
and Publix.
And they wouldn't even. They'd be like, "Who's that? Who's
These are
that?"
two places that have never seen me putting on nothing. I mean, like I said, if I go in there with glasses on, y'all better know what's up. If I have on my glasses, you know what's up. If I don't have on lashes, y'all better know what's up. This
But
is
wait,
this
but
me.
there's been pictures online that'll have like a female to be like a meme, and it say like when I'm what I really look like in real life, and it's like she's just chilling, no makeup, the whole sweats, and then it's like, but when I'm taking my selfie pics, and it's like she's like
A whole quad.
dolled up. It's
Woo,
like this is what the world gets. This is what the
mm-hmm,
world gets, and this is like
mm-hmm.
my me home. But
Yeah,
see
my
now
glow
during
up is real, right? The glow up be
that's
real.
what I said. That's what I be saying. My glow up is real. Like my husband can joke all he wants. I'd be like, yeah, but the glow up is real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm Miss, Universe, but the glow up is real. It's a good improvement. It's not like you don't jump anywhere from here. No, my jump is real. my jump, my jump is real. I'm like, you thought I was like James
Like a
Brown?
jumper.
Oh, you thought I was looking like James Brown? Oh, Annie, are you okay? Oh, Annie, are you okay? You thought, oh, okay. You just wait until I glow this.
I love it though. I love it. And you know what? And
Tricked
I
you.
embrace it. I embrace that goblin mode because it makes you feel good. Like I, and even like nowadays, if I go out, meeting certain people, and I'll be like, look, I'm coming in. I got Nike Dunks on. I got Air Maxes on and some leggings, and I got to fit it on. And this
But
is
it's
just
still together. Like even
yeah,
still the way you just
it's still
described everything
together,
sound
but
like a cute
it's just
outfit.
different than how normally like you got to put I got to put an outfit on for this. I got to go get
But
some.
some
I can
people
do
are
that.
frumpy. Some I'm just gonna speak for women in general. Like some women have just let
Why are
go.
you speaking
Like
for the frumpy women?
for no, I'm just some goblin mode, if that's the term, was always just their lifestyle. Like I remember saying to my husband one time, and I was like going to get my nails done, like going to get waxed, like hair, everything like head to toe. Like to be a female that cares is expensive. Let's be real here.
Very
And I
much
just told
so.
him, I said, would you prefer me to be a woman that doesn't care? Because the Birkenstocks are out there. You know what I'm saying? Like
The Crocs is calling my name.
yeah,
So
yeah,
no.
like I give no fucks. You know what I'm saying? Like that nail polish, I got it done 7 months ago for a wedding I went to. Like it's coming off. There's some women that just, you know what I mean? Like, a little bun, like that's just it's just not their thing. And not to say I'm better than, but that's just it's a to each his own. That's just not me. Sometimes I wish I could be that way. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, I wish I gave no. And in the pandemic, I never had a chance to really embrace this because I was essential. So
Mhm.
I just had to figure out how I was going to still stay together. I stepped down from going to Sephora all the time to maybe going to
Mhm.
like CoverGirl makeup because even in a mask, I was still like, oh, I put on some makeup, but I don't want to spend 50. You know what I'm saying? Let me step down to 17.
Bring it
You
down
know
to
what I mean?
1750.
So right. So I just I kind of got to be a little more simplistic with certain things. You know what I mean? I couldn't get my hair done, so I had to figure that out. I had to figure out. I ordered on Amazon a gel, UV gel like light, and try to do
Mhm.
it myself. So there were certain little you can't get your wax. So I was going to Walmart to buy wax strips, doing it myself. That stuff, but it's still maintenance.
Yeah,
It's still
it's still
maintenance.
maintenance. I like the term. I thought it was cute, and I like the term goblin mode. And if that's what it's called when I'm just really being myself out here in these streets,
But you know
so be it.
what? Let me say this because your best accessory is beautiful. So when you're beautiful,
Oh,
wait a minute. It's easy to be like, I'm on goblin mode. Oh, this is just me in my beautiful Chinese robe and my glowing skin and you know what I'm saying? Look, nice teeth. Like I woke up like this. So,
oh,
the
see,
vanity,
like
the
too much, too much.
vanity.
Am I doing too much?
It's
Not
just
goblin mode.
goblin mode. I'm in my Nikes and my hat, and I'm just going. Like, sounds cute. Like, what are you? But hey, to each his own. Look, okay, sis. Literally. Go.
Okay,
Okay.
I like it. Anyway,
All right.
all right.
As
What's
you
next?
humbly. Chris Rock. Chris Rock. Why did I say it like that? Chris Rock.
Oh,
He's his Netflix special came out, and this was the first like live. Yeah, live Netflix, and people are coming for him because they really don't like, some of the things he said. They feel like they're tearing down black folks, and his comeback and his response. Finally, for we get to hear what he has to say about Will Smith. Was he right? Is he pandering to white folks? Is he, what
hmm, hmm.
what you say?
Did you see it?
I didn't see it all.
Okay, so I watched it, Selective Outrage. I actually watched it twice.
Why?
Don't ask
Why
me
twice?
why.
Was it that good?
No, because I probably I have to put it on and I watched the first time, but I don't really watch it. I don't really hear all the jokes, and then I watched it again. So
Okay.
I covered it twice, not because it was great or anything. So here's what I'm going to say, because a lot of people have a difference of opinion. First of all, it's like when as a comedian, and this is something I want to ask you is as a comedian, when are words just jokes, or should comedians be held accountable for their words? And I think that's kind of like that. That's a separate issue, but just in terms of the content, what I thought was just so ridiculous, and this man is so hypocritical, is I'm calling him this man, so already I'm coming for him. He says that the reason he didn't hit back at Will Smith at the Oscars, this is what he said, was because his parents raised him better than that. That basically you don't fight in front of white people. That's what he said. But at the same time, the whole show was, to me, it was almost like an attack on black people. Like First of all, you can look out in his audience and you could tell straight like that it wasn't us out there listening to these jokes. So his audience was definitely not us. But his jokes was all us. It was
Hmm.
all about, and to me it was more about demeaning than it was anything else. So basically you making fun of your own people in front of people that don't even look like you. That's
Hmm.
how I took
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Hmm.
A lot of classist jokes, a lot of
Hmm.
colorism jokes, which you know what,
Hmm.
you got to work the room. I'm sure like you got to know your audience. And I felt, this is a $40 million audience. I mean, you know, Chris, I'm about to call him Chris Brown. Chris Rock got paid $40 million. It's a deal with Netflix, so he has multiple projects on the table. But as you can see, and even I'm thinking like this last show he did tambourine. I'm like, who is he playing the tambourine for? What is he talking about? He the tambourine man? I don't know. I just where is one rib crib? What one rib Chris or
Hmm.
Pootie Tang Chris? Because he don't
Hmm.
talk about that. I'm
Hmm.
talking about this is where's New Jack City Chris?
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
these are the to me these are the roles or the characters that he played that got him catapulted to where he is. But
Hmm.
there's no remnants of that at all. It's
Yeah.
more he seems kind of angry at black people. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Nigga this and nigga that, and I'm like, I'm not a big, not to mean to cut you off, but I'm not like the biggest, like, we say nigga, so but you got to know your audience, you got to know who you're talking to, and
yeah.
that I felt like, nah, he's getting paid to be a minstrel show in front of all these white people. That's the whole.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like you gotta be. I don't know. We're in a cancel culture right now. So for me personally, even as a comic, I always say, and I have a joke even around the fact that like I don't use the N word. I'm not saying I never did. I know, especially for Black folks, y'all use it. However, for me, I try not to use it, but it's a little more uncomfortable when you're a Black person and you feel comfortable using it when the majority of your audience are white folks. So that just it makes me cringe a little bit. So when he says, and again, I maybe it's not fair that I speak so much in depth about it because I didn't see the whole thing from beginning to end. I only saw it in pieces. But when he does say, he's was taught not to fight in front of white folks, but it's like, yeah, but you're calling Jada the B word, out of her name, and then on top of it, you're using the N word, like, oh, just I can't even begin to name. That's the term you're using though. But your parents taught you to use that though, right? Like, so it's just kind of like, so maybe that's a joke within itself. I don't know, but like, really. So I think there's a lot of times comics do pander to white audiences. There are Black comics that pander over, and when you pander over to a white audience as a Black person, that means that at the expense of laughing at Black people, we're making white
Mhm.
people laugh. So if you're the type of comedian that would say in front of all white people, Black folks got bad credit, it's like, hey, listen, if there's some insight about us, like, why would you put the cosign on that? Black women don't get married. We can't catch a husband. Why would you say that in front of all white people? So there's certain things that are funny and we should be held accountable, but I'm not comfortable sharing that insight with a crowd of people that don't look like me.
Absolutely.
That's just me. So everybody's different. He should be able to say what he wants to say. He's getting his 40 million. He don't care about nothing we talking about.
And
Don't
that's
care.
at the end of the day, he really don't care. I
No,
mean, who gonna check him?
no, nobody's gonna check him. But
Will
at this
Smith did
point,
when he got punched in the face at the Oscars. That's about it.
and somewhere out there, somebody's saying he deserved that. So, like somebody knows something deeper in the industry that is like, oh yeah, that was a long time coming.
I don't think it's even all that deep. I think it's
Ugh,
it's very it's obvious. I mean, he did it in front of how many millions of
yeah,
people? Like it's very obvious. I don't think
yeah.
it's. I think it's common knowledge. Obviously,
And
you
but
know.
this was the thing, and it's tricky even for that because was Will wrong for getting up on stage and hitting him? Absolutely. I, listen, just
I
because
understand.
somebody to
Like
get
first of all, I mean, at the end of the day, he made light of a woman's illness, a black woman's illness, and that's
and
really
and
what it was.
And of all things as a comic you could talk about and make jokes of, like he went there. Yes, he did. So again, but that door that will open now, a lot of people felt like they could get on stage and bum rush comedians because they're hearing things they don't want to hear.
Hmm.
So ugh.
I
Anyway,
don't know. Like I said, I watched the whole thing. I mean, you should watch it.
I
And
will.
I just like it like you said, cringy. It was cringy because I'm like, who who is he talking to? Like, it's not like a brother coming, and we laughing at each other and we make light of it because that's what we do as a people. That's our thing. But you taking it to an audience, like I said, that does not look like us. Like, you can pan out an audience. That's a Netflix audience. I didn't see us. And everybody laughing and chuckling and joking, and you making fun of black women. I don't know. He has a thing or disdain
And he's
for.
not with a black woman right now. Right now, he's happily with a white woman. She's an actress.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
well,
with a white.
I
I know
mean,
he's
it's just,
divorced. Yeah, and
yeah,
he's with
he
the got
divorced
two
a
daughters,
black woman with a very
black two, two
ethnic
black
gay.
daughters. Yep, and now
Yeah,
he's with a
now,
white woman. He's with a white woman. And what are the chances? I don't know if you heard that um, Louis C.K. was using the N word, and he, basically Chris co-signed it. It was like he can use it, and it was and it was Seinfeld that made it very clear. Like, I don't find it funny, and I don't feel the need to co-sign that. Like, makes me uncomfortable. Like, in both so many words, Seinfeld had to like cut it out. Like, nah, like this, I never felt the need to use it.
wow.
And everybody was like, so basically, Chris Rock, sat and laughed, and let
No, you a
that go
clown. I didn't
down.
know that, but
Yeah,
that's
so
a
it's a
real
whole thing.
clown
They were
move.
like, why did it take Seinfeld to, you know what I mean, to nip it in the bud? Why did it take Seinfeld? So that says a lot right there. And it makes me think of when sometimes I see kids and I'll see like one black kid, and let's say he plays basketball or football, both I've seen, and I'm in certain towns and the white kids are all using the N word out of control. And the
Mhm.
black kid is with them laughing and like, yeah. And I just look at this one black kid and I just feel like he's so out of touch. That's how
Wow.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at
the same
like
thing.
this.
I feel the same way when you say it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. To me, it's a word. We don't want to get out and make this a whole show, but like the word nigga is something like, we co-opted it. And honestly, it has some very. It has some pretty good. We know our history. Like, we know the origin of the word negus and where that comes from. And of course, it's been. They didn't took it and made it into something else. But I feel like as Black people, we've co-opted that word and given it a certain power that is only ours. So, if I say it and I'm saying it to you, you better not say it. And that's the power that I have. And some people, they get very it's hotly debated, and I understand
Yeah,
that.
it's
But
a
when hearing Chris Rock use the term, I felt more of like he's the enemy. It didn't feel like, you're one of us. It didn't feel like that. It
yeah,
felt
yeah,
like
yeah.
enemy over enemy lines.
Yeah. No, I'm
That's
not.
why. But like he said, he was like, there's. I love Black people, but I hate niggas. Remember that? It was a joke that he did, and
Mm,
he's like, well, you get it, you kind of understand, but now I'm like, it has more meaning now that I've heard this stand up that he just
I
did.
hear this one. Well,
That self hate is real.
he said his real estate has gone down in, I think it's California, because black folks are moving into his neighborhood.
Yeah,
So,
he did.
that could be a fact, and that's funny, but at the same time, you kind of coat that with a little black pride to be like, like what the hell is that about? Not to be so ha 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 about it, because technically what you're saying is that that you're not invited. You know what I mean? And be a little more knowledgeable about real estate and the racism
Hmm.
and the stigma that falls in line with that, before you co-sign in front of white folks that you just so happen to be the only black person in the neighborhood and you don't want to see none of your other people come up and be there. Because that's all and they're look that's exactly what we wanted to hear, Chris. Nah, that ain't cool. So
Anyway.
anyway,
Yeah.
anyway. So
I'm
it's
kind of, like I said, I kind of feel like I understand why he got punched in the face at the Oscars.
and it's tough because guess what? Whenever I see our brothers make it, and sisters make it to the next level, especially in comedy, it's such a I would say a special craft. I'm always
Hmm.
happy. You win, we win. That's how I'm feeling. Like, wow, it's always good. So he's made it so far, from Pookie to a $40 million contract on Netflix. Like, you've made it so far. You have made it very far. So
Yeah.
it's just a little disappointment on this. That's all it is. It's a little disappointment, but nothing that's going to stop your dollar, clearly.
Yep.
So, because guess what? The brat's having a baby. How you like them apples?
Wait, I thought she was the gentleman in this relationship, but apparently no. And
No,
she's
well, it doesn't
is she
matter.
48? Is she 48 years old? I mean,
She's
I love that for her
Yeah, she's
and
48 because
her
her
baby
wife,
mama.
Jessica Judy Harris Dupart, she was supposed to carry the child. She had some difficulties, and obviously, the brat was able to carry, and they moved
Hey.
forward. God bless them.
So I want to know who's the daddy? Hmm?
The brat,
Huh?
the
Who?
brat,
No.
stuck like an old Navy mannequin.
Who? Who? Child, clutch my pearls. I'm just trying to figure it
Ain't
out
that something
here.
else? What a world we live in.
We
What a
live in a
world we live in.
remarkable world. Well, you know
And
what? Congratulations to the brat and her wife. And
yeah, wait, but you know what? I had to really highlight the fact that her wife already has like four kids of her own.
I did not know that. But okay. Wow. So
I'm gonna, you know what? Let me not even say what I was gonna say
what?
because Dick is good. So of course she got three kids.
You know what's
Yeah,
up.
I don't. Yeah, and then she said she felt like the brat deserves to kind of have the experience. So she's had children already. Uh-huh. And then wait, how about this? The brat said because she didn't get pregnant earlier on, she just felt that it wasn't going to happen for her. So in my head, I'm like, duh. Like, ain't no nothing coming up in here. Like, ain't no Charlie come lately.
Well,
So if you didn't, yeah, I would kind of think the same thing. No,
well, you know what?
but yeah,
Things
yeah.
done change. Wow.
So it's
Mm.
cute. So yeah, it's the brat. So I'm like, are they going to have the same hair, her and the baby?
Hmm. I'm wondering how this is working out. So, did they put? I have no idea.
Because the brat has baby hair. Remember, she has the little bobos
Yeah.
and twist.
Oh.
So that's
So
what I'm
is
thinking. Are they
it
gonna?
is it her? It's too much. Is it her egg? Like, is this baby gonna be related to one of them?
Oh, that's a good question. They're probably gonna be great parents. That's how I look at it. They're gonna be beautiful parents. I don't know, but I'm gonna call you back about that.
Okay,
Okay?
we're gonna have to
Because
ask
now
her. We'll
I'm a
find
little
out.
interested.
Ask Lisa Ray. She always last to know.
Oh, she remember she was mad. She wasn't she mad because the brat came out the
Oh,
closet?
she was
Was that what
mad
it was?
because she found out she was pregnant when I guess on social media. I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny.
She's sensitive. Anyway, all right, moving
Well,
on. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. This is so
okay.
we gotta get awakened. Let's talk about awakened. I think we're gonna change the name of it because woke is such a broke a utilized term. So eventually, um, but awakened or what's another term? I don't know. Maybe we'll take a vote and we'll see, but we'll talk. But anyway,
Insightful. Let's a little insight, a little I don't want to say news, but maybe some worldly insight.
I don't know.
We'll
Anyway,
take suggestions.
we'll take some suggestions. So, I wanted to talk about. There's a company called Zoetis. It is a subsidiary of Pfizer. Pfizer, we know, is the one who's putting out one of the vaccines. So, Zoetis is a company that has already vaccinated, get this, 100 million animals in the United States with mRNA. So, mRNA injection is the technology. And look, you can look it up right on Pfizer's website. I've done it where if you want to find out what the ingredients are in the vaccine, it speaks to this mRNA, which is basically it's a technology that morphs your DNA, that can change, your DNA. So there's been 100 million animals that have been vaccinated with this mRNA technology. Now, Zoetis is the company, Zoetis, and it's funded by Mark Zuckerberg and his wife. They said 100%, but I also know that what's the Apple guy or the Mike? What's the other guy? Bill Gates.
Bill
Bill
Gates.
Gates also funds this company. So they've been doing this all over the country. And the funny thing is, the way that it was discovered was via the hunters, because the hunters were going out and hunting deer thinking they're getting this venison, this wildlife meat, when in actuality it was these animals that have been vaccinated. So there were ads that were run in the hunting magazine. So like at the back they show you and they tell you, you're hunting in this particular area, these animals have been vaccinated. So, I don't, first of all, it's weird sciencey to me, but it's like, things to think about. Number one is why is this happening?
Right, right.
The deer vaccinating the pets, and hunters who, like I said, if you're thinking you're getting organic meat, but you're not. So, and this is also a company, they're also working on uh injecting the fruits and vegetables with this mRNA technology. This is a technology. So this is we're talking about something that can be controlled with artificial intelligence. So what do you think about all of this?
So when you say it's a technology, are you saying like it's an electronic chip or something that's able to monitor the animals as well as like get into their bloodstream to vaccinate them?
So it's a type of RNA. So just in quick terms, you
Hmm.
have that DNA has that deoxyribonucleic acid, and it looks like a spiral,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So this
Hmm.
is something that can latch on to your DNA
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
change the structure of it, so it can be controlled. Or maybe, so it can be it's something that can be controlled. So just in straight layman terms, it changes the metabolic and the structure of your cells, right?
Could that potentially be the same thing that they did to humans with the
Yeah, this
vaccination?
is well, it's
Right?
in the vaccine.
Right?
And
Same
I'm saying
thing.
this because you can go to Pfizer's the website,
And they'll
and you
show
can
you.
look it up. You can look up exactly what's, so they say what's in the vaccine, and if you dig through, like I've done, it specifically states that that's what's there.
What they're
So
doing.
I'm just putting it out there. Y'all need to do your own research, but this is something that it does not occur naturally. So it's a machine. It's natural machinery, but
100,
anything. Mhm.
I'm saying 100 million injections?
100 million injections that have gone to animals. So
Animals.
whether we're talking
Like,
about pets, but now we're also talking about wildlife. So, and like I said, the hunters were the ones who came up with this. So who found out about it because there were ads being in their, in their magazine saying, "Hey, these animals that they've been vaccinated."
and we're not talking like your domestic cats and dogs and your birds that's in your house. Just
Well, who knows? I mean, at this point, I'm like, 100 million animals. You know how many animals that is?
that's what I'm saying. Like, remember how hard it was to get the vaccination? You had to be like on a list. Do you remember? Like, it was a whole
Yeah.
like goes in tiers, like according to like the seniors.
No.
Um,
Hmm.
it was just. I just remember you had to go online and register just to get vaccinated, and you were on a waiting list, and then they
Yeah, so
vaccinated a hundred.
this is a whole new level. And remember, we always find out something like 10 years, later. So they've been working on this for how long? So I'll just read this to you because mRNA is created in a lab, so we know that. But it's supposed to teach your cell how to make a protein or a piece of protein that triggers an immune response inside your body. So just
Create a protein.
it creates
Okay.
a protein that
Mhm.
triggers an immune response within your body.
Response. Okay.
So that immune response is supposed to produce antibodies, right?
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
supposed to protect you from getting sick. That's the idea behind a vaccine.
So you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that if COVID becomes let's say we all, turns into another pandemic again, we're going to rely on animals.
You
That's
said
all I'm
do what?
saying. We're going to rely on animals and their blood and whatever they have, whatever proteins they have. Because think about 100 million 5 years from now, they're going to think, because everything is tested on animals anyway.
I'm just this is food for thought because
Because why
what
else?
what is the purpose, to control, to practice,
Because the
to
animal
see,
can't speak.
in an environment what this would do. But I mean, there's no, it just, just think, you're thinking about it, is the average hunter who goes out and gets a deer and you think, okay, the deer is it's in the wild, so of course it's organic meat, but it's not, because it's vaccinated meat that has this mRNA machine or technology in it that alters the DNA of that animal, and then you are ingesting it. What for what? What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what you think you are getting or what you think you are ingesting,
Mm-hmm.
you are not. You're
Mm-hmm.
now opening yourself up. And I mean, we live in a society where you can buy simulated lettuce. So,
Mm-hmm.
everything is
Lab created.
you know GMO and engineered and factory made.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what does this mean for the future? I don't know. This is just, this is quietly happening and no one's really talking about it. You don't really hear it. And this is like one of the largest, and look up Zoetis, Zoetis, this company. You look, if you just Google this company, what you'll find is all of this, everything is positive. So everything that comes up to the top, I could find, you have to dig a little deeper and do your research, because everything up there is sponsored. Everything that you Google search, is like, man, you can pull pages and pages of sponsored information. So what they're showing you is, studies, and they've got this money and they're doing this, all of these positive things that this company is doing. But you dig a little deeper and you're like, well, why are they vaccinating wildlife and animals? For what? What's
And
going
see,
on here? And not just vaccinating them, but injecting them with a technology that alters the DNA. Why?
why? Because animals don't have a say so, and that's, I'm thinking that's one. And then number two, if you're looking at the majority of hunters who would, they be the first ones affected by this because they're ingesting this meat. Sounds like there's a study going on right there.
I don't know. Food for thought. Just something to think about. But go and look up Zoetis and, see what you find about this company. It's Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and his wife.
And then you wait, I'm sorry, really quick. You mentioned that who owns the majority of farms
It's
in the
Bill
United States
Gates.
of America is Bill
Bill Gates
Gates.
is the biggest farmer, one of the biggest. And really, when you look at it, when you look at the land that he owns, or that he's acquired, most of it is sitting dormant. A lot of it is sitting dormant, so it's not being cultivated for food. Now, you know, this is a man that's number one on his list is population control, and we're talking about Bill
Mm,
Gates now. So, what does that mean? Because how do you control a people? We need food, clothing, and shelter. Food is number one.
mm-hmm.
So, we have a tech guy he's a tech guy
Tech guy.
who is now in the farming business and owns a farmland across the country. So,
Hmm.
that's a whole nother podcast in and of itself, but I just the idea. So you have a man who thinks like a mad scientist, even though he's a tech guy, computer guy.
Mm-hmm.
But his idea is already like, there's too many people on this planet to begin
Mm-hmm.
with.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
Food
interesting.
for thought.
I want to come back to this like
Mhm.
maybe next month and just
Okay.
see, because I know, because I feel like some more is going to come out of this like very soon.
Oh,
Like
it's
we
a
don't have
lot.
to
You
wait
just,
years and
like I
years.
said, it's a lot of this. You just have to dig really deep, and a lot of the news and a
Zodis.
lot, is. I mean, you have to dive deeper than a Google search, because a Google
Mm-hmm.
search is not going to give you this information, but it's out there. So,
Zodis.
um,
Zoetis.
Zoetis, Zotis.
All
Yes.
right.
All right.
All right.
Moving on.
From Zodis to the Weekend D report.
You got it going on. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch. Have the hunter. Janet Jack me. Take it in the
You
butt.
go weekend D in your face.
All
Bam.
right. Okay. It ain't no Zodis. This is not vaccinated D, y'all. All right. So
All right.
let I'm
You gonna read it? You want
I'm
me to
gonna
read
read.
it?
I'm gonna read this one
Okay.
because I can read. All right. How would you feel if your man goes out without inviting you all the time? The people here hanging out with is the people that he's hanging out with are married couples, basically making him the third wheel. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
He's known them way before. He's known them way before we started dating, but still, he's never inviting me out with them. I'm starting to think it's not a married couple, it's just a female. I don't know. I've retired from being toxic and crazy, so I've been trying not to invade his privacy by asking to see messages or see a photo of the couple or whatever. But the math is not mathing. We've been dating, and then we got together, and I decided to move in with him a little over 5 months now. I have not met any of his friends. Mind you, I moved 16 hours away from my friends and family. But instead of inviting me, he urged me to make my own friends, which I did, but still, I'm just trying to see something. What do you
What she
think I
trying?
should
She
do?
try. What she trying to see?
What you trying to say?
uh is the door. So here's my thing, because the first thing she said was, I'm beginning to think that the married couple is really just a female, and to me that's your first instinct, and it's probably the right one. I mean, he he's good. He's really good.
He's a slick one.
He's slick, because there's no way that you hanging out with a married couple and you not bringing your girl. Now you're not bringing, and it's not like she's the girl that goes home to her house. She lives with him. So I'm hoping, she said she moved 16 hours away from her friends and family. I'm hoping that's a car ride and not a plane ride. In any case, he is. I'm gonna tell you a story. So, because this reminds me of okay, so when I was married, we used to entertain a lot, and we'd have like these big parties and whatever. And there was a mutual friend that we had, a guy who would be at all the parties, at all the events, and he would never bring his girl. We'd never see. I'd be like, I would say, bring so and so. Like, you never invite her out. And then come to find out, what he said was very instructive. And he said, I don't want her coming over here. So she gets to see, at the time we was happy, this married couple and how y'all living, and then be putting pressure on me. So he didn't want the pressure of having his girls see, a married couple in a house, and they, live in a certain way, because he felt like that would be too much for him. And then she gonna want the same thing from him. So he kept her away from, she couldn't come around to friends. We never saw her. So
Wow.
I'm thinking that's a part of what this, maybe that's a part of what this guy is, how his mind is thinking, because he's very calculated. Whatever it is, whatever reason is, he's very calculated, because
Hmm.
there's no way you move this girl. So you got in house,
Yeah,
okay,
you got
bring
it.
her with you, and
Hmm.
she can't come with you. You don't ever invite her out with your friends. I- Either you don't want her to see how they living, or you got somebody else you bringing over there to the house to be with your friends. Which I would think the married couple would not go for that, but who knows? He's
Then
good.
again, you just never know.
But like she said, the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. Go with your first
Damn.
mind.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, this is it's still sticky because I think moving, whether it's 16 hours in a car drive or 16 hours on a plane ride without having had met his main people. That move alone was like, that was risky. Like, I need to see your peoples. I need to see who are your peoples.
Hmm.
If I'm not meeting you, if I'm moving in with you, I mean, I need to meet your mama, your sisters, like, if it's not family, who are your best friends? Who are the people that when you say I'm with, da 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 da, I need to be able to connect these people at the least. I'm not moving in with you if I can't connect them. So that was a big leap that you made anyway. And it might just be another woman. He's slick.
Yeah, and she said she never met them. Yeah, he's slick. He's slick, and I need her to be on her P's and Q's. Like, this the opportunity, and I know she says she's not toxic no more, and she ain't crazy,
Get
but this is
crazy.
an opportunity. Like, girl, you gotta put your little Inspector Gadget on if you want to know the truth. And you don't have to be crazy and toxic, but you do need to know what's going on. And to me, like, asking is not invading his privacy. You do have a right to know. That's your man that
And
you
he
with
told you to make your own friends.
hours.
He's like,
Yeah,
make
which
your
is
own
cool.
friends.
Make your own friends, which is cool. But at the same time, like, what you doing over there with these friends? What kind of friends is these? I'm telling you, I smell all kinds of sneaky links and all kind of stuff going on.
This could be his threesome couple. That's why you know what I mean.
Ew.
It's his threesome couple. He's the third.
Yuck. Yuck.
Yep, pretty. I mean, because why? And I'm just talking shit, but really, come on, like why? Why have I not already met this couple that you always
Yeah.
hang out with? That's
The
all.
math
Why
ain't
have
mathing. The
before
math
I
is not
even
mathing.
pack my U-Haul truck up? These are people that I should have known. So, yeah,
I
you said
agree.
she should get
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, I mean, I think she has the right to know. And the little, little Inspector Gadget, like, man, follow him. No, I'm
A
joking.
little bit. You said follow
Follow him.
him.
No, that'll bring us back to our toxic ways. We don't want to do that.
Don't
Um,
bring it on back. Come
no,
rewind. Bring
yeah,
it back.
no, not that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Um,
She said
there are
follow him.
ways. There are ways to find. There are ways to find out. But like I said, she need to go with her first mind because she said it right off the bat. And you go on and all this other stuff. Like, girl, that ain't no married couple. That's a female. He just told you that shit. There ain't no
Mm,
way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Because if the woman, it's a married couple, a man and a woman, and it's a female on the other end, right? If she's worth to me anything, she like, where's your woman? Where's she at?
you know what
Bring
that's
her
like?
here.
I'm going to tell you what that's like. That's like being with your man for, I don't know, let's say you live together, the same scenario. His best friend's getting married. You can be his plus one, but he decides to go by himself.
That shit right there.
See what I'm saying? Did you RSVP? Yeah, I did. The wedding's next Tuesday. What? Yeah. I'm gonna go, head over there real quick after work. So you didn't think to invite me to the wedding? It's your best friend's wedding. Yeah, no. I figure, you're gonna get with your new friends, in town, and you may not know your way. So, really? So
I've
that's what
had
that's
that
like.
happen actually. Now I
That's
think
what
about it,
that's
like,
like,
but that means you got a whole nother thing going on. Like
right?
that's all that means. Like, don't be trying to you gonna save me the trouble. Like, just be honest. That's all you gotta do. Just be
That's what he
honest.
did. He just basically told her like, you're not really my plus one. That's really what he did,
Pretty much. And this
right?
is ways to, and unfortunately, baby girl, the signs is already there. It's definitely there. Ain't no way. Ain't no way he the third wheel. Ain't no way. I don't even think it's a bust down. Like, they ain't even doing it like that. Like, you
No,
know,
because
I
I've
don't
been the
even,
third wheel with friends. Like I've been where which
and I have too, but it's
come
a
on,
little,
y'all, let's go. It's a good time.
but
But as
that's,
soon as
I
I get
think
a man,
it's different. Not with the dude. Like, dude, you're not hanging with your girl and your homeboy and his girl like that. You're not doing that. And you got a girl at home?
and
But
you
like
got
I
to. That's what
said,
I'm about
when
to
that
say.
happened
Yeah,
in the scenario I told you, homeboy was like, I don't need her coming over here and putting pressure on me, seeing how y'all living. That was like, whoa.
that he ain't shit. That's a lot about him. He ain't shit.
Yeah.
He's in a he ain't shit club.
In that scenario. Right. Here, this one right here, he's clever, and he got something else going on, definitely.
And he got you to
I
move.
don't even believe, like,
Yeah, this
man,
doesn't sound like a good person.
no. Like, go make your own friends.
That was that was a little mean. Like, oh, wow. So we're not gonna have lunch later? Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he sounds like a little bit like an asshole too. But anyway, bye.
We done read a lot into that. Okay, I think we gave her some good advice. You think so?
Yeah, well, you told her
She
to
need.
follow
I think she should do a little,
a little
a little
digging.
introspection also with herself. Like, go with your first mind. What because I sense the insecurity. She's feeling some type of way. That's why she writing this whole storyline. Like, girl, just ask him, find out.
Okay, but also with the whole find out, I'm real big on make a move. So before you start, getting yourself worked up, start working on your exit strategy.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm
if you
saying?
gotta open that escape
Yeah,
lat
because
and fly off.
You far
Better
from
be ready to
home.
pull that boom.
You know what I'm saying? If you need to start getting your little apartment over here ready, start transferring your job, like start moving the pieces. You know what I mean? Because whatever he says, it's not going to be right. Like either way, it's effed up. Like you made me feel fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This ain't right. So just start moving the pieces a little bit. I'm not saying you gotta, have an apartment ready to roll, but just
Just
start
have a
to.
plan B. And maybe it really is what he said, which I would think, even if that was the real truth and he was over there really with the couple and hanging out, I still
Okay,
think that's fucked up of him.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
okay.
there's no way around
Yeah,
this.
like now that's just as
Even
bad.
worse. So start your exit strategy because really you deserve better than that. Like you want to be with somebody who, when they say your man wants to show you off, and not to say you got to be all trophy and show you off, but really some people want to show you like this is who's making me happy and I can't wait for my friends to meet you.
Right.
If you don't excite him like that, well then fuck him. And that's the advice that I usually give to a lot of my friends. It's just 2 words. They're like, "What should Tara tell you?" She said, "Fuck him." And now who are you with? Jimmy. And what are you? I'm happy. Yes, because sometimes you just have to know, fuck him. You have a great personality. You're a beautiful person. Time is short.
Mhm.
Don't waste it being unhappy. And you don't have to be no Inspector Gadget. If you don't want to be here, sir, thank you for telling me. And bow out.
I agree. Okay.
All right. Well, I hope you're not texting me because I don't have my phone. Carry on.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to you. It looked like you were texting.
No. Actually, I'm over here listening to yeah, that's my jam. So, I got really too excited, right? Okay. So I want to tell everybody about my jam. This week is The Glamorous Life by Sheila E. This is her 19. Man, this song came out in 1984. When I tell you, you can play it right now, it still rocks. And this song was such an inspiration for me. Okay, so first of all, it was written by Prince, who, we love Prince. All hail the purple one. Always. But this was a song that inspired me. It was really her playing the drums that inspired me even more to play drums. When I was in school, I was told by a certain band instructor who, we know who I'm talking about, who was like, girls don't play drums. And he told me that. And was very serious. So from that day, I always wanted to play drums. So when I saw Sheila E., and this was back in the day when the song, the drums. I went out, I have at one time I had a Zildjian set, that's like, Stairway to Heaven type shit. And, the little soundproofing around that, like, I was really serious about it. And I
was this? I wasn't there.
No, this was years ago when I, during my married life, I had a whole set. It was serious. Like and I took lessons, my paradiddles and everything. I still to this day. So if anybody wants to give me lessons,
I take some drum lessons.
I take some drum lessons. Still to this day, I love, and I have a thing about drums. I gotta hear the beat. So, I still love this song by Sheila E., Glamorous Life. When you listen to the words, when you listen to the words, she's speaking about, talking about it's the glamorous life and, but without love, it ain't much. And that's like, it's a theme to my whole life. Like, without love,
it ain't much.
Nothing.
So I don't know if I'm gonna look old in the club when this comes on. That's one of those, like, I don't care. Like,
power shoulders on in your shirt.
Like, and I might have some shoulder pads on, biatch. I might. You know me. I might just have some tassels on and come in and shake it. I might.
Oh my goodness.
You know me.
My cat eye going out here.
I might. They're gonna be like, who's that old bitch? Like, don't be calling me nobody's auntie. Don't do that.
Okay.
But I might look like an auntie on the floor when that comes on.
Without love, it ain't much. And I'm telling you, there's a version of this. It's like 7 minutes of drums. And
it's good. And the keyboard, drums and keyboard.
Ooh, it just bangs. I love it to this day. Sheila E. Glamorous Life. And she's like, the funny thing is, she's singing about herself, but she's talking about herself in third person.
I like it. You gotta know.
What she's talking about herself.
You don't need a man's touch.
She don't need a man's touch. It's like, girl, she done gave herself a whole pep talk of a song. Like, girl, You don't need a glamorous life, and I love it ain't much.
Right, because then you got to meet in the ladies' room. So come on.
She wrote her own affirmation in her own song. I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you
She
know,
lead
you
glamorous
want to
life.
live the glamorous life without love. It ain't much.
Ain't much.
Hey, that's a t-shirt. Oh, hey.
It is.
That's cute.
All right, that's my song. That's my song.
Take us out. I need this play in the background. We've come to the end.
Oh, it's always good when we. I love when we do this. I know
This
it
was
took me a
good.
little minute to I was like, I just wanted to watch a movie with you and hang out because you're here. You're only here for a little, you're not here for a long time, just short time. But it's always good.
I'm only in town for the night. Hey, we can still watch a movie. Is it too late?
It's never too late. We're like vampires.
Jesus, it'd be 1 a.m. Is it too late? No, it's early.
Early.
How long is that movie? Hour and a half? We'll make it. Oh,
I know. Wait, we have to let our listeners know what was so funny. What movie did we watch last night?
We watched Smile.
Was
it called Smile? The horror movie Smile?
I wish we
That's
could have
Smile.
recorded our faces when we watched. Don't do that. I wish we could have recorded ourselves watching it because I'm looking at you, you looking at me. Our faces were just watching it.
Wait.
We didn't know whether to laugh or what.
Wait, what song? I started singing the song when it got scary. I forgot. Bitch!
I wanted to rewind it. I was like, no, I have to look down because I'm looking away. Like, oh my gosh, what was that? That was a crazy ass movie.
I bet you by golly, wow, we were scared.
A little bit. I'm glad you were there. I was like, ooh. We was like, whoa, it's like a roller coaster.
That was good. They built it up. They got right to it, and they built it up. And that little monster scene was.
And the girl
good.
was in it. That was Kevin Bacon's daughter. She looks just like him. She has his nose. And it's funny because he did a movie kind of like that, kind of like Smile. It was a little, a little horror movie thing. But man, I was like, our faces right now, this dumbass, but it's good ass movie.
And then where the best is when you saw me look to the side. You said, "What you looking at over there?" I was just looking at a slipper on the floor, like what?
Oh no, you over there trying to make that shit. What you doing?
What you staring at over there?
Don't do that over here. We don't do that here.
What I do?
Look straight ahead. No. Eyes straight.
She thought I was gonna be like, it's a monster over there.
Don't be doing that. Yeah, that was pretty good though. Like I
was entertained. I was entertained.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
I like a good entertainment. I'm all about Megan. Megan was so entertaining.
I know you said that was a movie of the year. I know.
Megan just cracked me up. She was ready, and she was like, "You ain't gonna turn my battery off. I am here."
She walked by the neighbor. She's like,
I got you in the garage, bitch. I got you in the garage. Megan had on her coat. And she walked. She just looked straight.
Okay, all right. We're supposed to be.
Hey, don't forget to wash your hands.
Man, that was funny. Okay, look, y'all, we've come to the end. So you can subscribe to That's What I'm Saying, the podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify. You can watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show. It's separate from the podcast on Island TV, or just download the Island TV app. You can follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. And Shatara, my sister, what else do we need to let everyone know?
Give me a beat. If you got a question for the Weekendy Report, want to advertise with us, let's get social. Did you like that? I just felt it in my soul. I felt a little va-va-boom. DM us on Instagram or Twitter. Talk to us. We want to answer your questions. Until next time, we love you all. Thank you for listening.
Peace. Good job. Peace.